Hey guys! This is going to be our second video demonstrating some smart music features. So in the first one, I showed you how to create an account, log in, and to find music. This one is going to be how to use the practice page and all the features that are available on the practice page. So please take your time to watch through it, and I hope that you find it helpful.
So the first thing that I want to show you within the practice screen that is really helpful, I think, is that you can click on any note and two buttons will appear below it. The one on the right that looks like a Wi-Fi symbol, it's going to play you an example of what that note should sound like so you can compare. This one is going to show you the fingering that is supposed to be used to play that note. Both of them are very helpful, and I think that's a really good thing to have. And then what you can do once you have this in front of you is you can just hit the green triangle and it will play along with you while you work on the exercise. It will give you a count off and then it will just go. So watch and listen. So if you notice, that vertical blue bar is going to go with you for each note that you're playing, and the measure that you're in is highlighted. And you can play with the settings of that once we get further into this. Okay, and the next thing that I want to show you is this tiny little toolbar over here. Okay, this tiny little toolbar over here is going to give you control over your tempo. So you can plus or minus your tempo, or you can type it in. This is going to give you a pop-up tuner. And then this is actually going to control how many beats you get for a count off. So if you want to give yourself 8 beats for a count off instead of 4, you can, but you do not have to change it if you don't want to. Now we're going to talk about actually recording yourself and listening to it and what the software does for you when you record yourself. So to record yourself, you're going to hit this red button. And when you do, it's going to give you a count off, you're going to play along, and for every note that you play, it's going to tell you whether or not you played it correctly. So here's me playing this exercise correctly. Okay, you'll notice that all of the notes are green. That means I played it 100% correct and I can do it really well. Yay me. So now I'm going to give you an example of what it's going to look like when you play things wrong. So cover your ears a little bit, it's not going to sound pretty. Okay, and you'll see that there are red and yellow and not very many green notes in there. That's because I played them wrong deliberately on purpose. So if you play something wrong and it turns red or yellow, yellow means you were kind of close, but not really. Red means that was not right at all. Then those are notes you need to go back and revisit. Check the fingering, check your placement and your playing position on the board. All right, now we're going to take a look at these different tabs up here that can help you with your practicing and using this website. So this first one, tracks, is the one that's going to automatically be highlighted when you come to the practice page. So you have 3 different things that you can change: accompaniment, my part, or metronome. So the accompaniment is that prettiness that you heard in the background when I did my takes. You can turn that down, so if you don't want it so loud, or you can turn it off by clicking on the speaker and you have a speaker with an X. My part is automatically turned off when you come to the practice, but you can turn it back on, and this is actually what it will sound like when you do it. So here's what it sounds like with your part on. Okay, that's just a snippet. So if you want your part on, you can have your part on. And the metronome is the click. So if you want the metronome clicking, you can. I find it very helpful, but everybody has their own preference. I prefer not to have the subdivisions. I found it very annoying when I was practicing. I don't like this website subdivisions. This one over here, the swing, ignore it, don't change it, do nothing with it. It's for jazz players. All right, the next tab is My Takes. And what this is this will, when you start recording, will keep and save all of your takes and all of your tracks. Okay? So you can go back and listen to what you've done different times. And so you can either choose to delete a track, which will take it out of the rotation. So if you notice, I deleted some tracks. I'm up to like take 8 versus take 1 or 2. If you save it, that doesn't mean save to the website. It means it's saving a recording to your computer. Okay, so you don't have to worry about saving your recording on the website. It's already saved. But if you want to hit it save to your computer hard drive, that's what that's for. The next one is assessment. Don't change anything on this one. Okay, that means the red and green and yellow notes is what it means. The assessment, the grading of you. Don't change anything. The loop is a really cool feature because if you're having like a difficult problem spot, let's say I'm having a really hard time going from F sharp to A, just for example, and I want to practice just that part, I can choose set, and these little hoops pop up, and I can click and drag to here, and then click and drag to here. Boo, not there, there. So, and then it will only play that section in between the hoops, and it will give me a count off in between each one. So here's what it will look and sound like. So it gives a 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2. And then it will do another count off, and we'll do that section again because it's on a loop. It will repeat every time. Okay, that's a really cool feature that I really like because as musicians, we do need to practice specific sections a lot, and having that feature is really helpful. The last tab up top is the display. You can use colorblind mode if you're having a hard time with colors. This will turn on or off the highlight measure. And this will tell you if you want a beat cursor, which means the cursor will move for each main beat of the measure. A flow cursor will look like this. So it's continuously moving. And a note cursor doesn't make a difference in this one because each note is a main beat note, but it will move for each note that you play. So if you have eighth notes, then it will move for each eighth note. A beat note will only move for each main beat. No cursor, I don't recommend that. This is the beauty of SmartMusic, is that you can have a cursor. And this over here, this will change your zoom. So you can get bigger or smaller if you want to. So if you want it bigger because you're on like a small screen something and you want it bigger, you can do that. And that's all the features of the SmartMusic practice page. Hopefully you'll find it helpful. I'm hoping you guys will use this resource, especially because it's free right now. So let's use this resource and let's take it full advantage while we don't have to pay for it. If you have questions, reach out to me. I'm always happy to answer. Bye guys, happy practicing.